National Service in Singapore sometimes conduct programs which make it hard for Muslim recruits to perform their prayer, and even to the extent that they have missed their fardhu and their Friday prayers. What should a Muslim recruit do when faced with such a situation? In this particular situation, we say that if a person is in a difficult situation and he is unable to perform his prayers, what he should do is to try his best, to his best ability, to perform hurmatul waqt, prayer which is known as hurmatul waqt. A person, for example, and he cannot take ablution, National Service, and they go inside the jungle, for example, cannot find water. There are some people asking, what you call, some soldiers, they have to put on this, what's that? Camo, is it? They have to put this kind of like camouflage that is used for the to the faces in the jungle. In this particular situation, it is difficult for them to remove. So people ask the question, how can we take wudu? In this situation, we say we take wudu as per normal. If water cannot enter our skin, then there is what you call it, we do not wash our face. Straight away we wash our hands. And then after that we do tayammum. So ablution and tayammum. And then we perform our prayers. Prayers is still valid. If you are able to take ablution, if you are able to do tayammum, it becomes compulsory upon you. When you pray, inshallah, and it becomes valid. In a situation where you cannot find water, for example, what do? You just pray. This is called hurmatul waqt. Praying without any ablution. You cannot find dust. Never mind, you can just straight away perform your prayers. And prayer is compulsory in every situation, in any situation. If a person has the capacity and ability to perform the prayers to his best ability, it becomes compulsory. That is why in Islam we say that even if a person is bedridden, but he is in a normal situation, meaning he can understand, we say that prayer is still compulsory upon him. He pray while lying down. A person who is on a wheelchair, we say prayers is compulsory upon him. He can pray while sitting down. So there is no excuse for a person to skip prayers. But only if in a situation where it is really impossible to perform prayers. For example, a person in National Service, it is impossible. We can imagine a lot of situation that we cannot pray. It is impossible, for example. So what you can do is to combine prayers if it is possible. So if you are unable to perform your Zuhur prayers, you know that you are unable to perform your Zuhur prayers. So what do? You make the intention of Jamaat Akhir. This is a situation we say it is permissible for him to do combining of prayers. A lot of us we think combining of prayers is only for Musafir. But actually in our madhab al-Imam Shafi'i, we say that combining of prayers is valid even though if a person is within his country. But it is only permissible if a person got no choice. Rather than you make up for your prayer, qada'an, it is better that you combine your prayers. If you are in a situation where it is impossible for you to perform your prayers, so you can choose to combine. You can choose to combine your prayers. If you are unable to combine your prayers, pray hurmatul waqt, as what I mentioned. If it is really impossible, you got no choice. No hurmatul waqt, unable to perform any hurmatul waqt, unable to combine prayers even because a long stretch of time. If there is such a situation, I also cannot imagine usually in National Service, if a person who really want to pray, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy. But sometimes it occurs like this. A person unable to perform the prayers. In this particular situation, we say there is no choice but to pray qada'an. Qada'an. Meaning you make up for your prayers that you have missed when you have the time to do so. In this particular situation, we say that you are not sinful when you miss your prayers, because you are excusable. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not burden you with something that you cannot cope. Remember this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Allah did not make it compulsory upon you to do things which you yourself are unable to do. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not want you to put yourself into trouble, to put yourself into destruction. So we have to look at the situation We have to look at our capacity. So different situation and you have different rulings, and this is the beauty of Islam. This is the beauty of Islam, because Islam will always give you a way out when you are in a difficult situation. Islam is not a rigid any religion, but Islam is a religion of rahmah. It is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the situation of the normal prayers. He also asked pertaining to the Jumu'ah prayers. If a person is in national service and he is not permitted any to perform the Jumu'ah prayers, so what does he do? He performs his Zuhur prayers. He is unable any to perform Jumu'ah prayers. And of course, a person asks permission from his superior. Nicely. And do not so if you are waging war against the, what you call it, against the government of anything. We have to be nice to people, and he asks them for permission. Nicely. We say, what you call it, get permission to pray at this particular mosque, and promise them that we will be back at particular time. If they allow. If they do not allow, then pray your Zuhur and you are not sinful if you do not perform any of any prayers. Because in this situation, and you got no what? You got no ability to perform your Friday prayers. Wallahu alam yani bis-sawab.
Subhanallah walhamdulillah wa la ilaha